My name is Angie Daniel, and welcome to Beyond Focus TV. Tonight, we have with us Mr. Vance Phillip and Ms. Kim Harriet from the Legal Services. They're going to talk about all the things that we need to do in terms of representing ourselves if we ever are in need of a legal. Ms. Kim?
Hi, thank you. And thank you for the opportunity to explain to you just what prepaid legal services is all about. It's very simple. We provide affordable legal services to the general public. The key thought here is you and I do not have any legal rights if we don't know what they are. And prepaid legal services provides access to the judicial system for every American and those in Canada. I can recall there was a situation that I had, for example, where I just purchased a vehicle. It was a second-hand vehicle, it was pre-certified owned. As soon as the certification was up, something went wrong with my car. Something started clicking, the lights went on in the dashboard. I took it in to the BMW place, and they told me, well, it wasn't the BMW, it was another place at the car dealership. Maybe I shouldn't have called a name, but I'm just going to show you the awesomeness of this service. But I took it in, and they kept it, and they called me at work, and they told me it was going to cost me $2,500 to fix. Well, I just simply explained to the service person that I did not have $2,500 to fix this car. I just purchased the car a little over 6 months ago. So I asked them, can I speak to your service manager? And they put me online with the service manager, and the service manager was able to knock off $300 off of the fixed price. Well, I still did not have that amount of money, so they gave me a runaround. And so I said, wait a minute, let me call my prepaid legal attorney. I called my prepaid legal attorney, and the first thing that they asked me was, what is the general manager's name and number? I gave them the general manager's name and number. They called them. The next thing I know, the general manager called me. He said, Miss Harriet, now all of a sudden I'm Miss Harriet, because before it was Miss. He said, Miss Harriet, what is the problem? I understand your attorney gave us a call, and so I need to know what the problem is. And I explained that your people were giving me the runaround, and I did not have that amount of money, especially since I just purchased the car. So he says, okay, we'll take care of it. They kept the car for about 2 weeks. They gave me a free loaner, and then when they called me to pick it up, I picked it up. He said, you're all set. And when I went to sign off on it, it was $3,568.56 to fix the car, but $0 to me. And that speaks volumes about what prepaid legal can do for you. We have numerous stories from all over the country, people saving thousands of dollars simply because they had access to an attorney, affordable access.
Okay, well, great. Besides the car story, what else can we get with prepaid legal in terms of representative?
Sure. I know that we have 5 titles, and one of the titles is you get unlimited access to an attorney. You can call the attorney at any time, how many times a day, about any legal situation, or even if you think it's a legal situation, it might not be. But just pick up the phone and ask the attorney, what are my rights here? And they will be able to give you advice. And remember, you're calling a firm, so you would call customer care first so that they can hear a little bit about what your problem is, because we have family law attorneys, we have immigration attorneys, we have criminal attorneys, motor vehicle attorneys, we have employee discrimination attorneys, real estate attorneys. You're calling an entire firm, and they will be able to help you with your specific needs. The attorneys will also write letters for you on your behalf. They will also go to court for you or with you. And that speaks volume, especially when you get into your volume 2, your title 2, when you have to go to court out of state. And then they'll review documents and contracts for you. And then the biggest thing in Title I is providing a will for you and your family. We hear about 911 and all of those people that were devastated by deaths And we found out that about 20% or less had wills prepared, because no one is expecting to die. But a will is just a love letter to your family. So in case of your untimely death, that you will have a will prepared. And that speaks volumes. I know a lot of people just purchase the membership just because of the will. And then we have Title II, which is motor vehicle. This is one that I use a lot, and it takes 15 days to kick in. That's very important. Once you sign up for the membership, it's 15 days. It takes 15 days to kick in for you to be eligible for service. But once it does apply, what it does is, if you ever get a ticket, a moving traffic violation, we don't fix tickets, but you are able to fax it to your attorney, and your attorney will take care of it. And people get tickets. Bad people, I'm sorry, but people who get into have speeding violations, and I, for one, am one of them.
So you're a bad person.
I know. And so, you know, and that's a good thing, because a lot of good people, just because you speed does not make you a bad person. I would like to think I am not a bad person. I am not. But I know I have been to traffic court. And it is so great, because I don't know if any of you have been to traffic court, but I've been a few times before prepaid legal, and I had to take a day off from work. I had to spend hours at traffic court, but not with prepaid legal. When you are a prepaid legal member and you go to traffic court, if you have to go in your state, the attorney just told me to come on, Miss Harriet. He told me to have a seat right there. As soon as I got to the courtroom, he went inside. He spoke to the judge, because our attorneys know the judge all over the state and Canada. He came out and he said, "Have a nice day." And I did not have to pay the $300 that they had charged me. Did they fix the ticket? No, they didn't fix it. But our attorneys know the judge, and that just speaks volumes. And so what we like to understand, what I'd like for you all to know, for those of you who are listening, what also speaks volumes about the motor vehicle part is no points on your license. As you know, when you get a moving traffic violation, you get points on your license, and if your insurance company gets whiff of that, what happens? Your premium goes up. And then also with your car insurance, what a lot of people don't understand or know is that with the car insurance, the insurance companies do not cover vehicle homicide. That's if you accidentally hit someone in an accident and someone dies. That is no longer a civil case. It is now criminal, and your insurance company does not cover it. But we at Prepaid Legal Services, we pick up this situation, we pick up the legal problem that you will now have, and we cover it. And then the third, on Title III, we have what we call trial defense services. In trial defense services, attorneys will go to court for you or with you. Title IV is IRS. If you're ever audited by the IRS, our IRS attorneys will take over the case. And then we have identity theft. Identity theft, most of you, some people will tell me, well, no, never mind about identity theft. I don't have to worry about that because my credit is shot. But what a lot of people don't know, there's more than just credit identity theft. There's Social Security identity theft. There is driver's license identity theft. There is medical identity theft. There are so many cases, and it is a rising crime.
Okay.
That is just a few.
Well, that's just a few of the information that I wanted to get out of you. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. I have an important question for you.
Okay.
Welcome back. My name is Angie Daniel. Again, this is Ms. Kim Harriet and Mr. Vance Phillip representing Prepaid Legal. On our last session, we were talking about all the services that Prepaid Legal had to offer. And I was listening to you talking about it and how you get all excited. I myself, I was getting really excited about it, but I had a question. Yes. One of my questions is that I've noticed, I live in Brooklyn, so I know how the police department, not to name a few names, but just the police department in general, how they stop young people in the middle of the street, searching them and researching them and looking for things that, you know, God forbid might be there or might not be there. How, as a parent, you know, you would want to have some sort of a protection for your kid.
Yes.
In terms of having it in the background.
Yes.
What's the age limit for a representative with a parent?
That's
and
an
child?
awesome question, Miss Angie. The service, once you sign up for the membership, parents are able to sign up their children up to 18 years old. If they are in school full-time, up to the age 22.
Okay, great.
I'm sorry, up to the age 23.
Okay.
Up to age 23.
If they're in school full-time.
If they're in school full-time.
Okay.
Also, if we also, in the membership, it's not covered in the titles, Prepaid Legal Incorporated has supplied a service that is called the Legal Shield to combat just what you have described with, you know, they're good police officers and they're bad ones.
Again, with the bad people. Go ahead.
You know, the Legal Shield is
Yes.
there in case whenever the attorneys are off, in other words, when they're closed, because the firms close at about 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and they're not open on weekends. And the Legal Shield is there to provide you for emergency services. I know my son was away at college. He was 20 years old at the time, and they had a big riot on campus. And my son goes to school in Alabama, and they had a big riot, and they arrested 16 young people. My son, because to make a long story short, my son was the only one who was able to walk out of the jailhouse only because he had legal representation. Because when you're arrested, they have to read you your Miranda rights. And when they read him his Miranda rights, you know, you have the right to remain silent, you have the right to call an attorney. He was the only one that had a Legal Shield card, and he was able to call the attorney. Of course, first he called me, and I had to tell, and then I
started screaming.
Yeah, because, you know, but I called the attorney. But he was the only one that was able to walk out of that jailhouse.
And I think that's an extremely important decision to make as a parent, because you don't know where your kids are going to be at.
That's right.
From the age of 14 and on, I've noticed like there are more young people in the street at all time of hours. And as a parent, you're paying a certain amount of fee to have this protection. This protection against, you know, some of the kids, you know, give and take friendship kind of take them out of the norm.
Sure.
And they will act up on certain things. But you want them to be protected.
That's right.
As a parent, I would want my daughter to be protected at all times.
That's right.
And so with that service, I know there's a small fee for it. I'm not sure if Mr. Phillip would like to talk about that.
Well, as for the small fee, it's... we could have the service as much as $17 right now. That's awesome. $17, you can have all this benefit. You can have access to these lawyers 24 hours a day.
Yes.
And I don't think nothing out there beats that.
That's right.
You know?
That's
Definitely.
$17 a month. And then it goes from there, depending on which one you want. If you wanted more hours, you know, whereas, you know, you could pay up to $35.
What do you mean by more hours?
They have, okay, what I mean by that is like, you know, you could, if you go on a court, and then as for between $17 and $35, you know, there's a gap. So if you go on a court, now the $35 give you more hours of time in court.
Yes.
Like when you go on a court and then you have the attorney, now we'll spend those times with you in court, whereas, you know, if you take the service for $17, you will have like less hours.
Right.
So you're saying that if I wanted to become a member, for example, I'll use myself as an example, and I say, like, I'll purchase a membership for $17. So what would my representation be?
Sure, that's a good question. What Mr. Philippe is saying, the $17 plan is called the standard plan. There are two plans.
Okay.
The $17 plan, and there's a $36 plan.
Okay.
The difference between those is
it's like having a silver card and a gold card?
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
The only difference is the trial time, which is Title III that I was talking about.
Yes.
With the $17 plan, it's you get 60 hours of trial time. With the actually, it's the $27 plan.
Yeah.
But and with the $36 plan, you get 75 hours.
Okay. So what plan should I get? $36 plan?
Well, I learned if somebody has a legal situation pressing, I'll encourage them to get the $36 plan.
Yeah, and all joke aside, because I think one of the reasons why I've spoken to Mr. Phillip about this is because I think the norm the general norm, don't know what's available to them. Right. And we don't know when we're going to get in trouble. You can't wait at the last minute to get yourself away. It is the best kept secret because it's like we spend so much money on hair, nails, clothes, but we're not preparing ourselves for the tomorrows. We're waiting for things to happen to change our lives. For example, you talked about the will. You know, a lot of people don't have will, and once that little moment happens while everyone is grieving, they have all these other problems to deal with. Yes. You understand? So I think it is a really good service to offer to the public. And I thought it would be a great thing for the community to know about it. Yes. Because between $17 and $36, you can prepare your tomorrow. Right. You can't prepare your kids tomorrow. That's right. So they don't have to spend 24 hours in a jail cell if they don't have to.
That's right. It is the best plan to have. I've had it for 8 years, and I've saved literally over $15,000 in just having the service. I've already given the story about one that I saved off of. That was $3,000 something. But I can give you countless stories.
And especially real estate.
Yes.
Renters' rights.
Yes.
There's a whole lot going on right now in terms of renters' rights. If you don't have a lawyer for a representative to go and discuss and argue on your behalf. Right. And that's you know, one of the questions that I had for you, and it's the whole idea of prepaid legal and the legal aid service. Can you tell me a little bit about the difference? I know like one is paid cash and the other one.
You mean as in public defender service?
Public defender service.
Or the public pretender service? Well, you have to understand. You have to understand, public defenders are really there to defend the rights of the state.
Okay.
They're not your personal attorney.
Yes, and that's the difference. People need, I need people to know that.
That's right. Yeah. And one of the things I want to clear up, because someone may ask the question, well, what kind of service, suppose I have a kidnapping, kid slapping, bankruptcy, bank robbery, and I'm only paying $17 or $27 or $36 a month. The thing of it is whatever plan you take, you are not a $17 or $26 or $36 plan member. The corporation of prepaid legal services pays our lawyer provider firms top dollars every month. In other words, so in New York alone, I get a membership. It is not just my $17. It's about, I think New York has right now close to 1 million memberships. Wow. Okay. And so 1 million memberships coming in every month. So our attorneys in New York, Feldman, Monaco, and Kramer, they get paid a lot of money every month. And that is true across the country. So when you pick up the phone with a problem, don't think that you're a $17 client. Yes. You're not.
That's your lawyer.
That's right. You are close to a $500,000 member.
Yes.
Client that is calling. And so they don't want to mess up, because we have the best of the best. All of our attorneys are AV rated. Martindale Hubbell has been rating attorneys for over 100 years, and they rate all of our attorneys AV rated. If you have an attorney right now, ask them what are they rated. And if your attorney comes back and says, well, what do you mean? You might not want to keep that attorney for long. Okay, because any good attorney knows what their ratings are with Martindale Hubbell. They only rate the best of the best. Okay. And you can look it up, Google it, Martindale Hubbell, and you can see what our attorneys are rated.
And if someone would like to, I'm sorry, if someone would like to get a membership,
yes,
who would they need to call, or where would they need to reach you guys?
Okay, but that's an awesome question. You want to call you can call Mr. Philippe, or you can call myself. We're independent associates, and I believe later on we're going to talk about the business of prepaid legal. But you can call me. You could call Mr. Philippe, or you can call
Ms. Daniel.
Miss Daniel. My number is 1-860-985-1397. Or you can go right on my website, for those of you who are computer savvy, and that's www.prepaidlegal.com/hub, HUB/Harriet, HARRIOTT 07. And Mr. Philippe's website is
www.prepaidlegal/VancePhilippe. And the number is 718-664-4387.
And that would be
Awesome.
my turn, but I don't have a website for prepaid
As yet.
legal as yet.
You will.
Yes, but you know, I will. I'll get there because I think I'm really psyched about the whole service.
Yes.
So
Wonderful.
talking about that,
Well, actually, I wanted to tell you, we just wanted to get back to the
Yes.
will part because there was a little story I wanted to tell you. As we speak right now, I have my sister is going through that same situation because her husband, they own this very big house downtown Brooklyn, which is, you know, now they renovated and all that. He didn't have a will. Guys, young guy, 40-something, he got killed.
Oh, see?
And the thing is, you don't have a will, the state will have one for you.
Yes.
Yes.
You didn't know that. You know, now they're going to court with all types of things. He doesn't even have a child. That's even the worst thing about it. Not a will, not a child, nothing. So
Can
now
they
they're
adopt me?
fighting,
I know.
you know, because the house worth millions of dollars.
Yeah.
And you know, who knows what's going to happen in the end.
yeah.
It's a big problem.
It's a big, huge problem.
And then one of the reasons why, you know, it costs a lot to have a will. That's one of the main reasons why we don't go out and, oh, well, I want to have a will. But with prepaid legal, first 60 days, it's free.
And I
Free
think
of
a
charge.
lot of times people don't know. People
Exactly.
are not aware of certain things
Well,
to do.
that's the reason why we
You know,
need
yeah,
we
and
try
I
to-
think it's really important for us to bring out all the good ideas to the community so people would
Exactly.
know how to make better decisions. And making better decisions, we were talking about the venturing part of the business
Yes.
to prepaid legal.
Yes.
Mr. Phillip, I know we've talked about it, so give me an idea of what you think this is.
Okay, in terms of making money now?
Yes.
Oh, this is awesome. I don't even know where to start.
Well, let me
You know.
just say this, and it's going to kick in for you. If the membership makes sense, then we're going to show you, and Mr. Fleet will tell you how the membership will make dollars. for
Because,
you.
ladies and gentlemen, right now, he is the money-making man. Go ahead.
Oh, I will be.
Most definitely.
I will be.
Positioned yourself.
Right now, Miss Harriet is the money-making person.
Ching,
We
ching.
positioned ourselves to make
But
a
we
lot
do,
of
we
money.
do.
That's very
Exactly.
good.
Because we like to help a lot of people, and that's what this business is really about. It's just about helping people and empowering them into the judicial system. And so Mr. Philippe came on board. He saw, and I just got to say this before you say what you need to say. When Mr. Philippe saw this business and he saw what the service was about, the first thing, you know, some people look at it and they say, well, wait, I got to pray about it, or I got to talk to my spouse. Some people like me just say, you know, where do I sign? Mr. Philippe was that person. He just says, where do I sign? He saw it. And since then, he has already gotten a promotion, and
Yes.
after being in the business about 30 days, doing the business here in Brooklyn, New York, and just helping a lot of people. That's all it's about. Help a lot of people, you will get compensated nicely. In this economic crisis, there are companies that are not going under. Prepaid Legal Incorporated is just one of them. And so Mr. Philippe has just taken part of it. I'm so excited.
I know. I'm waiting for the time where he's going to say how much money he's making.
Well, we don't discuss our
I
salary
know,
yet,
that's how I'm talking about.
but it's awesome. It's
Go ahead,
awesome.
Mr. Phillip.
Yes, it is. To reiterate what Miss Harriet just said, really, the focus is helping people. We just, you know, we're leveling the, you know, for the legal service, whereas everybody can get the same benefits, the same right. Now, the part of it, you know, you talk to more family, you let them know about it, they want it, they sign up, and the company just reward you. And then you just keep going.
And you be
That's
rewarded.
simple.
Exactly. It's
That's
that
simple.
simple.
It is simple. So if someone would like to also not just get the services for themselves, would join, is interested in hearing more about this, where do you guys have seminars running around, or what do you guys do in terms of bringing in new membership?
Well, in Brooklyn, New York, where's the place that you said? I know they just changed.
They just changed it. It's that
Okay.
every Wednesday.
Every
They have it
Wednesday.
actually. It's right across the street from the museum, Brooklyn
Okay.
Museum, on Eastern Parkway. I don't have the correct address.
Is it like the Atlantic Club or something like that? That's right.
Every
there.
Wednesday night?
Okay.
And personally, I do my own PBR. Like I could set up a private business reception on a weekend, whereas you know I call people, family and friends, and then to invite them so they could come and see this, and then you have a presentation for them so they could see both part of the business.
Okay.
But after that, you know, they have in the city as well. Actually, once we leave here, we are about to go to a training
Yeah.
Okay.
in the city so that, you know,
Yeah.
just to give us more information on how to do the business right.
That's good. Miss Harriet?
The author of the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki, has written a book, and he's endorsed prepaid legal services because it is the business of network marketing. And it's called The Business of the 21st Century. I want to appeal to all those who have lost their jobs or have gotten another job because they lost their job before, or who are unemployed. It is a setup. The business of network marketing is the business of the 21st century. This book by Robert Kiyosaki is an excellent book to prepare you for what is happening. This economic crisis, I'm telling you, it's a setup. It works. Network marketing works. The problem is with jobs right now, and I work at a job for now until I can make at least $20,000 a month consistently. That's my goal. But what it's doing is it's showing you that your job, if they fire you or terminate you today, your income stops today. With this business of prepaid legal services, there's residual income. That's residual income, as most of you know already. It's what you did one time. Tupac is made more money dead than when he was alive. Elvis Presley makes more money dead than when he was alive. That's residual income, and the business of prepaid legal services has that. So come on board, because you want to be able to start building your residual income.
In conclusion, in my part of our goal here and our mission is to bring information to the community, to help the community grow. Awesome. And I think today I'm like so excited because not one, just for myself about the business, I've learned so much. And I know the community has learned. I know the community is going to reach out to you guys. And I really, from the bottom of my heart, and the producer, Mr. Joseph, we thank you for coming.
Awesome. Well, thank you for having us.
No
we
problem.
Appreciate it.
All right. And this is the end of our show for today. We will see you next Tuesday night, 10 p.m.
Você sabe,